Okay, next up on this first section is power to a power rule. So that's different than multiplying an exponent or a power by another power. In this case, we're taking a power and we're raising it to another power. So if we look at the first example, you'll notice that x squared is being raised to the third power. That's just like saying x squared times x squared times x squared, 3 times. Now we learned from the rules in the last slide that we simply add the exponents together if the bases are the same. So that's going to be x to the 6th power. Okay, next example, x third to the 4th. Well, that's x third, x third, x third, x third. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12. So what we're looking at there is simply x to the 12th power. You see the conclusion for this would be, if we have a power like x to the a or x to any number raised to another power, we simply multiply the two exponents together. So in the prior example where we had x cubed to the 4th power, we just took x to the 3 times 4 power, which is what x to the 12th is. Alright, let's look at this here. The next piece of information I'd like you to take a look at is what happens when you have multiple things being raised to a power. So in this case, for the first example, we have a and we have b being raised to the 3rd power. So one way to look at it, once again, would be like saying ab times ab times ab. Now if we're collecting our letters like we did in the last part, there's 3 a's, so a cubed, and there's 3 b's. Okay, let's look at the next one. 2a cubed. 2a, 2a, 2a. 2 times 2 times 2, so remember the numbers have their own normal properties of multiplying. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 8 times 8 times a is a cubed. Alright, let's look at the last one. I think I can see this. If a squared is going to be raised to the 4th, that's just a2, 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 which would be a to the 8th. We're using that property from above, power to a power. And then the b cubed 4 times should be b to the 12th. Okay, so we can make a final conclusion for this one, that whenever you have two things or more, two or more things raised to a certain power, it's called power m in this example, that it's the same as just raising each power to that exponent. Okay, so if you look back over here, a squared and b cubed to the 4th power is the same as saying a squared to the 4th power times b cubed to the 4th power. And that's how I was able to use my power to a power rule here and here to say a squared to the 4th power is just 2 times 4 is 8. That's how I got this one. And b to the 3rd to the 4th power, 3 times 4 is 12. Okay? Final slide here with some examples. I think I'm going to leave you guys to it on this, so just be careful with collecting your variables, using your properties from the notes before.